Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sane Minds. What I have today is the Young, Liberal, and Not Talking Trump political convention that was in New Orleans that the BBC thought it'd be a good idea to ask some, quote, progressives what it's like to be young and liberal in America today. So I'm going to be pausing the video periodically just to make some commentary and give my reaction.
I don't remember the last time I had a conversation with a conservative.
Friends don't let friends vote Republican.
I just learned that one of my friends voted for Trump, and he'd really kept that secret for a long time.
All right, so right off the bat, we have three people there who act like if you're a Trump supporter that you're just the worst type of person. You know, like the first person there, the first young lady that she said that how long has it been since she's even spoken to a Trump supporter? The other person said that one of her friends is a Trump supporter and she just found that out. And I mean, I'm going to go ahead and guess that person isn't a very close friend anymore, on her end of it at least. I mean, these people have a group think where if you don't think like them, you're shamed and pushed out of the group. They can't agree to disagree. And that's the problem. You know, they want to make sure you think just like them.
Being a young progressive
right now is...
What's it like?
I think it's
You saw that sign, they're running from Trump. That's just hilarious.
both hopeful and also really kind of disturbing.
Terrifying and exciting.
both very difficult, exciting, and really exciting.
People are waking up to the problems that are going on around us.
It's exhausting, but it's also a deeply moving time.
Homelessness,
Education,
student loans, because they are kicking my butt.
Climate change.
reproductive justice.
Women's rights and access to healthcare.
Women's rights and access to health care, which the Democrats, you know, this lady, she might not be fully schooled up here, because what I've heard from the Democrats is that there is not just two genders. So women's rights is kind of a sexist and messed up way to put it, isn't it? But for them to sit here and say, you know, that women's health care is under attack, which all that Trump was trying to do is make sure that taxpayer money is not used to fund Planned Parenthood, which is just abortion. I love how they try and turn it into a positive. Oh, it's just Planned Parenthood, you know, you weren't ready. Well, what about that kid that you just killed? So that's just a twisted mental gymnastics that they're doing in their head to try and make themselves feel like they're not bad people.
healthcare, and wages.
Police brutality, Black Lives Matter.
Healthcare and especially education.
These basic rights that are being denied to people that are causing...
Healthcare and education are basic rights. They're not privileges that you are awarded from having a good government, good country that can afford to pay for these things. It's a basic human right. Well, whose pocket does it come out of? Because let's say everybody's poor, like in a lot of communist and socialist countries, when, you know, you get towards the later stages of it, everyone's broke, besides the very, very, very small amount of people at the top that are taking everyone else's money. So for them to say that it's a basic human right for these things, they're so uneducated, ignorant. It's not even funny, it's scary, because so many people listen to them and believe them.
lasting damage to my generation and also to the country as a whole.
Do I think that we have the leaders that we need?
So I think the Democratic
Yeah, you saw. She knew. It's the Nancy Pelosi's, you know, the Maxine Waters, the Hillary Clintons. No, that's not the people that are going to save the Democratic Party at all in the slightest.
Party is going through a little bit of a shift right now.
And I feel inspired by what I think the Democratic Party is going to look like in 10 years.
I felt like the Democratic Party.
She's inspired by what the Democratic Party is going to look like in 10 years. In 10 years, you won't be allowed in the Democratic Party. They're going to push you out because you're white. Sorry.
Party also has like kind of abandoned Black women in particular.
We have to get them elected to Congress, and then we can really start to recreate the party.
I feel like we love the Democrats, but the Democrats don't love us.
Oh, was that a little bit of wokeness right there? I mean, she almost had it, but she just couldn't exactly figure out the reasons why. You know, she says, oh, that we love the Democrats, but they don't love us. It's not just for black women. It's for black people in general. They're not working for you. If you've been voting the same exact way, voting Democrats in for 40 years plus in some of these big cities, and the situation has only gotten worse, so maybe it's time for a change.
Do we represent Wall Street and the corporate donors, or do we represent the people?
I don't think any party will ever just be perfect.
We have a lot to work with within the Democratic Party to push them to become more progressive.
People look to like Bernie Sanders.
Really. So the lady with a hijab, which is a veil, as they want to say, you know, in a less oppressive term, that women have to wear if they're outside of their house, if they're around males who aren't their immediate family members. And she's trying to say the Democrat Party is the party of progressives, and she's part of being a progressive. She's stuck in the past.
And Elizabeth Warren as like the future of the Democratic Party in their 70s.
The Democratic Party is definitely going through a bit of like a rebranding phase of just trying to figure out who we are.
I don't remember.
They're going through a rebranding phase. Yeah, I've heard that before. But alright, everyone, I just wanted to give a few of my reactions on this. I know it's not a very long video. I'm going to be uploading some more content this week. If you want new content and better content, please like and subscribe. It helps a small channel like mine, especially with, you know, I feel that sometimes my content isn't pushed, especially since there's not ads on it. I'm not big enough to do ads yet. So you guys liking and sharing and commenting, that really helps my channel out. And as always, I appreciate it.